Welcome to the Screen Rot Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's been rotting our screens and indeed our minds. I'm here with Jake Farrell.
Glad to be here. Struggling with my limitations as a tech person as we go through this.
Oh, mate.
You like to think of yourself as a clever bloke, and then you record something with some sunlight on your partner's face, and you feel like... You know, there's this concept of negative self-talk. Have you heard about that? I had this thing at work once where they're like, have you ever... done any negative self-talk? And I remember thinking in my head, does it count if you call yourself a fucking bitch like 17 times an hour? That's what I've been doing since we kind of messed up the video for last week's episode.
Last week's episode, if anyone watched it,
Stone Cold classic.
The sun came through a window and there's just a bit of glare. It looks shit. What we should say is that basically we spent weeks trying to do this. We spent so long. This isn't, I don't want to tell you too much about this.
This doesn't look like the smooth professional operation it is today without a lot of effort.
Yeah,
mate, to get there.
That you and I just stood here
sweating bullets.
What's quite funny is each time kind of texting and calling other comedians who are a lot younger than us, being like, mate, Vittorio, what are we doing? Horatio, please help.
I absolutely dread to think to the references of us in their group chats.
Yeah.
He's fucking texting me again, this ginger cunt.
Just had a text from Grandad again.
Can't he get his iPhone working?
Yeah, but no, we had tech problems, and but I mean, it's all right, and it doesn't really matter. And by the way, what I will say, again, we acknowledge this. Oh, we should mention Dents.
Yeah, our sponsors.
While we're talking about things that stress us out, we should also talk about things that try and keep the hairs on our skull. Big up Dents. I'm using their spray. I'm taking the gummies. I've got my little roller over there, the little needle roller that I bang on my head. And I'll tell you what, one thing I will say, the styling products they have, I've not actually got it in my hair right now, fucking pucker.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, whether you're losing your hair or not, just buy their styling products, Dents, because they're genuinely fucking brilliant. So yeah, there's message us. There's like a discount code or something that we can give.
Do they do any little bits of Velcro to put your hairline back on as well? That's what I need. That's what I'm looking for.
Who needs Velcro when you've got finasteride and minoxidil in one spray that does not make you infertile?
It does not make you infertile. I could not be clearer about that.
The other thing we should know is we get a few comments and messages from people who enjoy this, don't we?
Well, I was about to say that's kind of what makes it all worthwhile. And this week we've got like a first, a special first.
What, in terms of a guy requesting someone?
We've had a request.
That's not a first.
Is that a first?
Lewis Anderson
was a request as well.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
I've got fucking. I apologise. I can't remember the geezer's name, but he
he alerted you to Lewis Anderson.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. He told me to do Saunderson. So this is actually the second time we've done a request. Do request people.
Yeah, drop us a message
because we haven't got fucking time to find him.
Yeah. Do request people. Do download the videos. Do send them over to us and write a short script about what we should say.
And if you want to sit here and do it, if you want to set up the camera and close the fucking blinds, you feel free to come.
You're more than welcome.
Well.
If we're looking for a producer, ideally someone that knows how to work blinds.
Yeah. You got to be quite tech savvy, know how to shut a fucking window.
All right, just come in. Just put those blinds down for me if you would, and then you've got the job.
Yeah, 200 quid done. You're not getting 200 quid.
Anyway, this is we got a message from Liam Smith on Instagram. That sounds like a made-up name, doesn't it?
I promise it's real.
He's a real bloke. Liam, thanks for the message. He said he's a long-time rotter, which I enjoyed. First-time caller. He said this week...
Is that what people say on TalkSport?
Yeah,
they say first-time. The other thing that I love that people do on TalkSport, whenever, and I do Hawksby and Jacob sometimes, just sort of phone up and chat with them. I love it when people phone TalkSport and they go, "Afternoon, guys. Great show so far."
Great show as always. Absolutely love it.
To Jamie O'Hara.
Yeah. Thanks very much. What's your point, Clive?
Jamie and Gabby, great show so far.
We
just
should do
wanted
that,
to know why you're such a fucking idiot, Gabby Agbonlor.
Don't think I actually mate. I don't know why you say that. I play for England.
Brought your own personal tirade against Gabby Agbonlor onto the podcast there.
He's a dick.
He suggested this bloke who only eats combinations of steak, mince and raw butter. He said he can't tell if it's a wind-up, and there's a bit of a hint of ITV2 new builds on there, which has been a big theme of the podcast so far. So we're going to go and do that bloke.
Let's get him.
This week, talking about Coach Carnivore Cam. Oi, Get on this.
Oh, that was nice.
That's quite a good one.
Well, yeah, I was just we sort of had a conversation. Should it be Jake saying it, or really we should have had Liam say it? We should have said to Liam, long-term rotter. We should have said, just send us a voice note saying, "Oi lads, get on this."
That's a great shout.
That's what we should. Sorry, Liam. Next time,
maybe depending on the state of my marriage over the weekend, I'll get a voice note from Liam and I'll just drop that in now.
Oi, get on this.
All right, there we go. I think Coach Carnivore Cam is emblematic of what happens when you give blokes from the suburbs high-speed internet.
I will also high-speed internet and those kind of quarter-zip neck Nike tracksuit things as well. Every kind of online persona who wears them, apart from TM Cycles, who I love.
I absolutely love TM Cycles.
He's a mate of mine.
I know, and I started following him on Instagram before I knew that you knew him, and I was like, this is like a bloke I want to be mates with. He seems like a really nice bloke.
It's class. So TM Cycles, we should explain. TM Cycles is a guy, again, from the suburbs. I think he lives...
Like Beckenham way, I think.
I won't dox him, I know exactly where he lives. But yeah, he lives in like southeast London, and he's a kind of personal trainer. Coach Carnivore Cam is a personal trainer, but more focused on the nutrition side
Exactly.
of things.
And it's actually really... We didn't intend to do this, but... So, like, TM Cycles is, like, a really normal, down-to-earth bloke who I think he clearly has a degree or some kind of actual learning about, like, nutrition and exercise and stuff, and he knows his stuff.
He's done his research.
And this bloke just likes eating steak. That's the difference. And what... Like you say, Coach Cam, for those who don't know... He's a carnivore. He's on the carnivore diet, and he just makes these videos, kind of banging on about this mad diet. I first heard about the carnivore diet. It was either through, I think it was through when the podcaster Joe Rogan did it, and I really remember learning about it because he said, I've done the carnivore diet for a month, and it's been the best thing I've ever done, but I've had explosive diarrhea the whole time."
This is it's a modern thing now, isn't it? Where a lot of men who are kind of going through that kind of Joe Rogan crisis,
yes,
they kind of think that the best thing for them, for their mental health, for their physical health, and for their general well-being is to live like a caveman.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whilst also spending all of their time on the internet.
Yes.
There's a lot of trainers do this, the kind of Joe Rogan do. We've got to get back to our caveman instincts, man. Just eat meat, just train, get up early, get up when the sun rises, go to sleep but also spend 17 hours a day on your phone. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. That's the clear contradiction. It's like okay, eat like a caveman. I don't think they live very long, but okay, eat like train every day. Sure, why not? If you've got the time, you know, get up with the sun, whatever.
Yeah.
But like you're. Like, surely you don't have to tell the internet about this constantly.
Yeah, and it's like the distrust of normality that underpins all of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, they say you should eat a balanced diet of carbohydrates, fiber, protein, and all sorts of things. And it's like, no, I'm just going to eat butter and steak. It's like, why? What? Who hurt you? What's happening?
One of our dear friends, Josh Dolphin, was kind of doing this.
Was it? I don't know that I know him when he was doing this.
Oh, okay. So he was someone I lived with at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival one year.
A legend.
And a great guy, and he's amazing comedian and performer who's done the dignified thing and left that profession behind to get a real job.
Does a real job with real benefits to real people.
And I should say, by the way, turned down the opportunity to do a lot of comedy.
I'm retiring from comedy because I can't get any gigs.
Well, I'm not saying that, but Josh was like, anyway. When I first met Josh, and this is, again, it's just these fucking mad things these people do. Like, he was just sat, I remember just, it was one morning in this accommodation we stayed in for a month. I didn't know the guy that well, just kind of chatting. Yeah, mate, yeah. You excited for the show? Yeah, sweet, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Do you want a cup of coffee? Yeah, I'll have a cup of coffee. And I said to Josh, I was like, milk, sugar? And he goes, just some butter, please. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. What? You want butter in your coffee? Are you all right?
Yeah. And this was part of it, was it?
It's this kind of like mad keto,
right?
Yeah.
Natural eating kind of thing.
And I remember, and actually, so Josh, who I'm talking about, he was in a double act with another one of our mates, Jack. Again, one of our really good friends. Again,
a legend.
And I remember he went through this keto phase, and I remember he had this. He's from Wigan, Jack, and he had this kind of like, the way he said this was so funny. He would talk about his keto diet. He'd be like, "I'm not scared of fat. I'm not scared of fat. I'm not scared of fat.
What does that mean?
It was just like, and again, it's this kind of like assumption that you have to go away from the norm. And he was like, so many people think, if you want to lose weight, you have to stay away from fat.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not scared of eating fat.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but you're scared of pasta. That's weirder.
Is he scared? Yeah, he was scared of pasta in the end, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, you're scared of carbohydrates, which you love.
I love. I'm scared. I'm not scared of carbohydrates. I'm in love with carbohydrates.
But this guy, Coach Carnivore Cam. He's kind of taken keto diet to the next level of not just cutting out carbohydrates, cutting out anything that isn't red meat.
Yeah, he only eats like red meat, eggs, and butter, I think.
See, do you know what? Yeah. Little look to the sky to see if this is going to be all right. This is where the mental health thing's gone too far.
Yes.
This is where it's okay not to be okay. Hey, we've all got problems. Things gone too far. He should be in a padded cell. Years in the 90s, if you said I've got a mate called Cam, what's he like? He only eats steak, butter, and eggs. You're like, right. And which asylum have they got him in? That's a mental illness. There's something wrong with you. That's a disorder.
Not only does he not think it's mad, he thinks he's cleverer than everyone.
Which means he's mad.
That's true, actually.
But hey, Cam's come up with this really like smart thing. Honestly, he's going to get you fit. Really, what is it? He only eats steak, butter. Well, he's mental.
Yeah, and you will have explosive diarrhea, but other than that, it's great.
Yeah.
Also, there's a kind of phrase in this first clip that we're going to watch that I'm going to focus on when we come out the other side of it. But just listen to what Coach Cam's got to say about autoimmune diseases.
The power of red meat. I had a message from someone personally showing me how he was able to heal his autoimmune disease completely naturally.
Worse hairline than me, bless him.
And lifestyle. Luca here was suffering from alopecia, a condition where the immune system is attacking the hair follicles, causing hair loss. He had tried everything. He spent over £5,000 on drugs, creams, and different medications to try and help with his condition. None of these drugs or meds worked long term.
So what did he do?
Always came back.
What did he do?
And the crazy thing is, the doctors did not mention once to him that diet and nutrition could
they're
be
in
a
on
factor.
it. Conspiracy.
After doing his own research, he switched to a predominantly red meat-based diet, cut out all the processed sugars, junk foods, seed oils, grains and vegetables, brought his stress levels
Don't
down,
want any grains
and
or
his
vegetables.
condition literally reversed. It has been shown multiple times that by simply switching your diet to a more carnivore-based way of eating and cutting out the garbage, you can heal or even reverse any ongoing autoimmune issues you may have. It's amazing to hear success stories like Luca's. If you're struggling, try a carnivore diet for at least 30 days.
At least 30 days of
Start to see
explosive diarrhea.
massive improvements in your life.
In your life. Not just your physique, not just your digestive system, your life.
How many times has it worked? Multiple times.
Apparently. Multiple times.
And it's that phrase in there, and this is the most powerfully dangerous phrase for modern men. He's been doing his own research.
But it kind of points to this distrust of like the NHS and the health system.
Doctors.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Also, like, I was reading, like, during the pandemic, there was an article I read about how, like, the Black British community and the African American community had a distrust of the vaccine that is based on a well-founded historical precedent of Black communities in the UK and America being treated badly by the health system and being, like, at times being experimented on and used bad drugs on. Nothing bad has ever happened to Coach Carnivore Cam. Yeah. They have not done experiments on ginger people from Manchester. He's fine. Nothing bad has happened to him.
There's no reason for him not to
There's
trust
none whatsoever.
Like, I wonder, you know, like how he's
by
like,
the medical miracle, he's got a hairline thanks to the boys at Dents.
But that's like, you know, when he says like you'll see massive improvements in your life. It's always
such an amazing
but
phrase.
it's always like, well, what's changed in your life? And the bollocks they come out with. I sleep better. I can focus better. Focus on what? Fucking editing pound notes into your mad videos. Editing a wagging finger when he's saying about things like it's like, what are you focusing on? It doesn't make any sense. Like it's and you know, you mentioned the kind of distrust of the vaccine thing. I didn't want the vaccine. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, yeah.
I was a bit anti-vax.
Yeah.
As soon as they told me I needed one to go on holiday, I fucking had to. Yeah. But it is. I think you're right to point that out as that being a pandemic thing. Though, like I think that's where a lot of people start this whole thing of like, you can't believe what the doctor tells you.
Yeah.
You know what he wants you to be? Fucking stuck on a machine, needing pills to live, or you could just shit yourself to death like me eating red meat every day.
You could just, every time you need to go out for breakfast with your missus or your colleagues, you just order a steak like a normal man.
I'll wear an adult nappy and I'll do whatever I want.
I wear an adult and a nappy. I've never been happier. And
you lot being held back by the health system. I just put around in my nappy doing as I wish, mate. Carry a plaster in case my anus starts bleeding again. I'm fine. You sheeple. With your paracetamol and your bloody broccoli. Look at me.
All the idiots.
Also, it's the classic thing of like the fucking mouthy twat at the gym trying to tell you what to do. It's like, look at the state of you.
Do you want any help with your bench press there, lad? No, I'm fine.
No,
do you want to eat meat all the time and shit yourself to death? No, actually, I'm good. No, I'm all right.
But it's like, like he's kind of a kind of mini version of Liver King. Do you remember Liver King?
He's a very off-brand Liver King.
But Liver King, you kind of get it because he looked like a fucking Pokemon. Do you know what I mean? He literally had like a 12-pack, was, like the size. He wouldn't fit through door frames. He was like a freak. Do you know what I mean? You go, well, yeah. Like
he was also doing more juice than a baby as well.
Yeah, that's what it came. But the con was, hey, look, if you only eat red meat, look at me.
Yeah,
and people go, wow, yeah, okay, sweet. Whereas like, look at this guy, you're like, you look like a bloke. Do you know what I mean? You look the same way I do when I put a tracksuit on. You look like I eat vegetables and I look all right.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? What are you solving?
I eat that horrible poison known as grains and vegetables.
Oh mate, and it's the thing. What does he say? Seed oils.
Seed oils.
That's the thing. I saw this. I was watching a video the other day of like someone like cooking a fucking stir fry or something. I don't know. and it's like this Asian chef being like, yeah, use some rapeseed oil that gets your vegetables a bit crispy, blah blah. And there's some fucking smart ass in the comments being like, oh, you eat rapeseed oil, do you? Enjoy cancer? And it's like, what the fuck are you on about? like as if seed oil. Bear in mind, we grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
We've been eating. Yeah, I remember those like food shows you'd get in the 90s where they broke down what was actually in like ready meals and stuff.
Yeah,
and it'd be like bits of fucking bins. Do you know what I mean? Half a scarab beetle's leg.
A pint of salt, usually.
Like, yeah, those B numbers. But all the chemicals and B numbers.
And look at us.
Nuts.
We're fine.
Yeah.
We can't even put a blind down on a window.
But no, seriously, as if rapeseed oil is your biggest concern in your diet.
Yeah, and I just I find that need to be cleverer than people. I have that in other areas of my life, I suppose, but I actually am a bit of a rule follower in many ways. And when the doctor says have 5 portions of fruit and veg a day, fine, I'm having a satsuma. Do you know what I'm not doing? Going and looking at Jordan Peterson's YouTube and starting to eat butter by the fucking tubload.
It's such a tone that I know exactly what you're saying about that need to be right and also to offer like an alternative. It's such a tone that so many of these like content creators take, where like their videos are so instructional. Do you know? And it doesn't matter what they do, what they're trying to, like food content creators, they're telling you how you should be cooking your food. Right? Like even like travel bloggers, this is how you should be holidaying. And it's kind of got that.
These are the 5 most secret places in Zakynthos. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, but the kind of underlying messages which you don't know about because you're a fucking idiot. And there's it's so patronising. Like so many of these content creators, even like in the football world of like a football content creator, they'll be like 5 midfielders that you didn't realise had a higher XG than most strikers. Let's go, Enzo Fernandez. But it's so.
That's a good idea for one. You should do that.
I probably will. But like it's so patronising, and I don't know where it came from. It's so like I'm going to show you how I do this every day.
I guess the algorithm just rewards certainty.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more a thing. It reminds me of, in a weird way, the kind of body image thing from the 90s.
Right.
In that, like, I think it's more to do with us as consumers. Us schmucks who watch this shit, who get addicted to it, and who tune in all the time. We
just want to be told what to do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. In the same way as like the body image thing in the 90s, which was horrible, but it's like we liked looking at people, whether it was men's health or whether it was kind of like for women kind of glam models. It was like an idealistic thing of like you liked looking at the thing that you don't have and that you wish you had. In the same way, there's a big thing of like home inspo.
Yes.
You know, on Insta, that's a big thing now.
People making
it's people looking at the house you know you can never have. Even with like wellness and kind of yoga and meditation, it's like, here's how calm I am because you're fucking stressed, and it's going to be better for you to look at me being calm than it is for you to just think about yourself being stressed. And that's this coach. But then you kind of go like, It works when you're looking at a home inspo video of like a mansion that looks unbelievable,
you lay a carpet.
Or a travel blogger who's been to the Maldives and had a better time you can never have. When it's just some fucking ginger bloke in his mum's spare room going, I eat steak every day, look at me. It's like, fucking what, look at you? You look like a recruitment consultant. Like, what am I supposed to be? Where's the idealism here? Do you know what I mean? It's like if you look like a Men's Health magazine cover model, I'd go, yeah, okay, I need to start thinking about eating more red meat.
I had a real moment there as you were talking where I was like...
Shut the fuck up.
No! just take it as read. I'm thinking that, all right? No, what I was thinking was you were saying something incredibly insightful there. And I was like, in a way, that's what I always dreamed the podcast would be. This kind of actually quite insightful commentary on internet culture. And I remembered that 3.5 minutes ago, you said you were going to put a plaster on your anus so you didn't bleed to death. So...
And I can tell you which one's going to be in the reels. So you watch the next clip.
Yeah, the next one. So he does this thing, right, where he goes out to eat and he tells you how you can do that on a carnivore diet. And
it's instructional.
It's insane. And like, watch this. No, we'll talk about this one after. You'll be able to see immediately why this one's insane.
Stop being fat, lazy, and depressed. Take action and do something about it right now. Go on a carnivore diet for at least 30 days.
Always at least 30 days. What's that about?
Physical and your mental health. If you want a plan to follow, download my simple 4-week carnivore diet meal plan and get started. Thank me later. Tonight's carnivore feast: 6 homemade high-fat burgers topped with butter, 3 eggs, 4 rashers of bacon, and of course, the burger juice. The sooner you take action, the quicker you'll start to see life-changing results.
He's
the
fucking
burger
mental.
juice.
So that I got it wrong. The next clip is the one where he goes out to eat. But that is so perfect. That plays into everything you were just talking about. Stop being fat, lazy, and depressed.
And then the lightning bolt. What's that? You know, like when you pick an emoji. If you put sad in the emoji search, it'll come up with a sad face. How did he get a lightning bolt from depression?
Life-changing results.
Also, the way he's got a chopping board.
Yeah.
6 burgers.
Well, so this is what I was going to say, right? And I'll be interested to get your opinion on this. I reckon he's a fucking liar.
What, you don't reckon he's doing it?
No way. There is no way that he actually eats like that. That's fucking disgusting. He's got 6 burgers with bits of butter on them like they're a piece of toast. Like, that is just like, I'm going to do something mental to get on like people's feeds.
I can almost feel in my throat how unpleasant that would be to eat.
Imagine the stench of that man's house.
Well, yeah, Jesus Christ. What would you have to pay someone to clean his toilet?
It's just like, and I feel like I'm slightly telling on myself here a bit because he has shown up in, like, we're saying, oh, these people just want certainty from idiots and they want to do mad diets and fads. He's come up in my feed, right? So what does that say about me?
Yeah, what does the algorithm know about you?
It's like when, you know, like those like Christian Republican politicians, they'll come on the telly and be like, I have been recently receiving advertisements for geolocated homosexual encounters in this area. It's like, that's because you search for them, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That's because your cookies. No,
these should not be available to children. Yeah, it's like, I've got my cookies. I'm not looking for like the Republican congressman for homosexual encounters in my area. I'm looking to be told what to do by a PT from Manchester. That's
who pretends to eat fucking burgers like they're biscuits.
Oh, fucking hell, give me some Alpin. That's fucking disgusting.
But what I also find very funny about this is the edit.
Yeah, insane.
This is, of all the content creators we've spoken about so far, this is some of the most demented editing I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of the... we mentioned the lightning bolt. Like, people overdo it with their edits. They think they need to punctuate each thing with, like, some mad thing coming on the screen. I know a guy called Rob. He does a podcast with Mike Rice.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
Like they're 2 Irish comedians.
Really funny, yeah.
They're really funny. Rob, I think it's Rob Moriarty, is it?
I don't know.
Something like that. They're really funny guys. Rob was based in Berlin for a while with a guy, a comedian who's really famous in Europe now called Dragos.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this
Romanian guy. And basically, they were kind of early adopters. Like, everyone's doing now. Comedians do this kind of editing stuff. I fucking do it to an extent. You know, everyone does these kind of subtitled videos with edits.
We'd do it if we knew how to work the tape.
Yeah. If we struggle with the fucking blinds, let alone get a thunderbolt going across every time we say we're depressed. I mean,
be a lot of thunderbolts.
But he was telling me about this Dragos guy, this Romanian comedian, and a lot of his clips are like crowd work.
Right.
And he used to pay Rob, this guy I'm talking about, that he used to pay Rob to edit it for him.
Right.
And Rob was saying, give him suggestions for the edit. And he said he made him edit one once where this Dragos, this comedian, was doing crowd work in a room in Berlin. He goes, oh, hey, you, what's your name? And the guy says his name, I don't know. He goes, where are you from? He goes, Japan. He made Rob for a guy who said he's from Japan, put the Japan flag on the screen, then a kind of, like that Thunderbolt, a kind of gif of Jackie Chan doing a fucking hiya, and then the noise in the background.
Oh my god.
No, it wasn't. It was.
Oh my god.
Genuinely. And he said, Rob was like, I don't think I should do that, man. Drago was like, no, do it. Fucking Japan flag, Jackie Chan, hiya.
Oh my god.
Just imagine watching a video where he goes, hey, what's your name? I'm blah, blah, blah. Where you from? Japan. Hiya.
Oh my goodness me.
I really want to find it. I'd love to. I mean, these fucking European comedians, they put out about 12 clips a day, so we wouldn't be able to find it. But people just go so extra with those edits.
That's insane.
But you know, like how you're saying about how like the algorithm has shown you him.
Yeah.
The algorithm must have shown him that people want that. That people want the Thunderbolt at depression. They want. And it's like, what does it say about us? Do you know what I mean? What does it say about our brains?
Yeah, lizard brains.
Yeah, but we're just fucking broken baby brains.
Yeah.
That what we like, what sets off our endorphins, is that.
And if you'd said to someone like kind of 15 years ago when we were all first getting the internet in our homes, or I don't know how well, maybe 20 years ago now, I guess. It's going to end up that people are going to be watching like these kind of snappily edited videos of men eating beef and butter with like little brain emojis and little thunderclap emojis. Like, it is like child like kind of.
But you're right to say that like this diet and all the people who do it, it wouldn't exist if it wasn't for social media.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like people only live like that. He's seen another idiot do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Coach Cam, he didn't come up with the carnivore diet.
Yeah,
like we say that there's Liver King, there's all these
Jordan
other
Peterson,
idiots. Well, yeah, exactly. There's all these idiots.
If you're doing the diet that Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan are doing, you need to have a fucking word with yourself.
Jordan Peterson. I mean, he looks like he's on death's door.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like a baby bird. He looks like an old bird. He looks like, you know, when like a bird is just about to die and like its feathers have fallen out and it's kind of hanging off its little thing that stands inside.
There's a little clip of him that goes around as well where he's like, all I eat is steak, salt and water. That's it. It's like he's basically crying. He's like crying.
Well, I mean, that doesn't narrow the video down. He cries in every fucking video. I remember. There was one I watched of Jordan Peterson once where I don't know whether he does this or whether everyone does this with him, but the edit of his videos is always like, you know, heartbreaking. Tom O'Dell in the background. I will bring you.
Yeah.
And it's just this clip that went viral and it's just an interviewer saying to him, "How are you, Jordan? No one ever asks you that. You know, you tell us, you speak to us." And he goes, "How are you?" And he goes, "How are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm doing horribly, but I'm alive, and that's enough."
What a bloody question that is. Oh my god.
I'm doing horribly. And there's some fucking idiot like this was like, I need to eat like you. This man, this nutty Canadian professor who looks like fucking Arsene Wenger's evil little brother,
dressed up like the Joker.
Yeah, I need to find out how he eats and live like him.
Yeah. I want to be like the guy who's going, fucking horribly. The final one is this one that I wanted to get to because this is this just like really sums it up. He's got his little thing, right? His little kind of what's the word? Like gimmick is he tells you what to eat when you go out to stay carnivore. It's pretty obvious.
I think, by the way, I've seen other trainers do this, and I don't understand how this is a problem with people, but it's like the problem they're trying to solve is like, hey, you've told me how to keep fit, but what about when I go out for dinner? It's like, fucking easier when you go out for dinner. Like, it's even easier. You just pick something healthy. Yeah. Every fucking restaurant on the planet has salads on the menu. McDonald's has got a salad on the menu. Who needs... Hey,
what you want me to say is... Yes, you can have the triple stack burger with chips, and it's fine. It's not fine. It's not going to work.
You know the answer to the question. I don't know what to eat when I go out to eat, Cam. Yeah, you do.
CM Cycles, can I have a big burger? No. Right, this one, though. But look at the restaurant he's going to, where he's recommending how to be a carnivore.
What I order at a barbecue restaurant on a carnivore diet. So I went out to Hickory Smokehouse, and here's what I had. Of course, I stuck water as the drink, and then I had to read the newspaper. I mean, menu.
Oh, good game.
For my starter, I had smoked bourbon bacon bites with a blue cheese sauce. Yes, it's in the bourbon sauce, but it isn't going to make a huge difference. And for my main,
Get the
I had a
chips out of
12-ounce carbo steak without all the unnecessaries. Cooked nice and rare, just how I like it. You can still eat out and be social on a carnivore lifestyle. Just be smart.
And mindful of the diary.
You add the ingredients in your food, but as long as you're consistent most of the time, you're absolutely fine.
Do you know what really hurt me there is the way he looked at the chips when he moved them.
Don't look at the chips.
The chips haven't done anything to you.
No.
You prick. You didn't have to order them. You've ordered them for theatre. You've ordered them,
and
so
you've eaten them as soon as the camera's turned off.
Oh yeah, of course you have. Yeah. It's like you've ordered them just so you could show us you moved them away. They didn't want to be on your table. They want to be on my table and in my lovely little belly.
Yeah. There are many things we'll stand for. European comedians using racist music about people from Japan. We will not stand for carbohydrates not being eaten. No way.
Unbelievable. But it's also that thing of like, who's got a problem with going, Coach Cam, I'm trying to be a carnivore like you, but when I go to a barbecue restaurant, what do I order?
Literally anything.
Give you a fucking clue, mate. It's meat. It's all they serve.
I'm trying to get a salad. Have you got a salad? No, it's a barbecue restaurant, you fucking wanker. Get out.
So hard in this barbecue restaurant trying to avoid carbohydrates. Literally throwing fucking pasta at me. Oh, wait, no, it's just pork and beef everywhere. It must be such a lonely life, and I feel also like
he looks powerfully lonely. Yeah.
Every video, it feels like he's doing it himself. Like the camera angle there, it clearly wasn't being held by someone else. He clearly propped his camera up on the table.
I actually get a real sense as well. I don't know how I know this. It really feels like the camera's not being held by a woman. It's
not being held by anyone. It's not being held
by
anyone.
He just propped that up.
Yeah, 100, mate. If you look at the camera angle in it, it's clearly on the level of the table.
Terrifying.
I think. It's this thing. It's all betterment, isn't it? It's all about bettering yourself.
Life hacks and all this
life
shit.
hacks. But it's like, I think sometimes, especially as men, I think sometimes when you're kind of, searching around the internet, going, "Fuck, I need to get better. What's wrong? Is it my diet? Am I not fit enough? Is it my haircut? Do I need new clothes?" It's like, no, it's your personality. It's you. It's not the vegetables. It's not the fact that you're not doing
not the
squats
seed
properly.
oils.
No, but it's none
not
of
the
this
vaccine.
shit. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
It's you. You're depressed.
You're the problem. It's you. You're the reason you're unhappy. It's not because you don't know what to order when you go to a fucking barbecue restaurant. It's not because you've been eating too much pasta. It's the training. It's not because you're squatting wrong. It's not because you don't know where to go on holiday. It's not because you've got the wrong throw on your fucking sofa. You are the issue. You are the reason you're unhappy. I've been Jacob Hawley. This is Scream Up. I'm joking. But it is, isn't it? It's like a million ways to kind of procrastinate and skirt around the fact that you're the fucking issue, man.
That's insight again. That's invaluable insight. I actually don't mind.
But it's this whole thing. It's like this sort of trend of like instructional influences. Here's how you can be like me. It's like, I can't be like you because you're not like you.
No,
do you know what I mean?
You're not doing that.
You're not what you're appearing to be.
No.
You're not the happy-go-lucky. It's like. Home inspo videos of like me and my boyfriend went to Dunelm. We got these beautiful little side stools next to our sofa, and we really didn't think we'd find something that cheap in Dunelm, but it's gorgeous. And it's like, you fucking hate each other. The side stools haven't fixed your life. The PTs are going, you need to go lower with your squat. It doesn't matter how you touch your ass on the floor. You're still fucking depressed.
Get some therapy.
Yeah, man. And we're sponsored by BetterHelp, and BetterHelp are an online.
BetterHelp firmly believe that there is not a nutritional way to...
I will say, by the way, little peek behind the wizard's curtain, I've had a bad day today, and that's why I'm being as miserable as this.
We've been the Screen Rock podcast. You're the fucking problem. Take care of yourselves. Go fuck yourself. What was that? God. You've done an admirable job under the circumstances.
Coach Cam, they're grifters, really. And they're actually some of the ugliest... There are people we've spoke about in the past who I think there's a kind of joyousness about it.
Yeah, El Burrito Monster.
The El Burrito Monster, he doesn't believe he's telling you how to make a fucking 7-foot burrito. It's a laugh.
No, he's making a shoe out of onion bhajis. He doesn't care.
This is very yank.
Very yank. Very yank. It's what happens when you do your own research. It's what happens when you listen to too many podcasts. It's what happens when you're depressed but you don't want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
You think there's a way out by eating butter and steak. There's not. You've got a shit personality and a bad dress sense.
And I think that is it. I think that's the end. Thanks, Rotters. Listen, just do what we do, which is be hopelessly cynical about everything.
Yeah. Want to feel better? Start a podcast with your mate where you can't even close the fucking blinds.
Close the blinds, that'll make. That's the answer to all of life problems. Close the fucking blinds. Don't let the cunts in.
See you next week.
Ciao.